Hello, Scorpio. We are here with your reading for the first half of April 2023. If you are watching this reading outside of that time frame, it may still very much resonate for you. Before we get started, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Okay, Scorpio, I'm seeing there be a very big emphasis on you working in a connection, something that you are committed to. This can be like a contract of yours. It can be a marriage. It can be, anything that you have like verbally or even legally committed to, emotionally committed to, things like that. I would just want to break this down quickly. If you are watching Scorpio, if you are watching for your rising sign, you may find that the reading resonates for you. It manifests physically for you. Scorpio, if you are watching for your moon sign, you may find that the things we discuss are happening more so on an emotional level. Sometimes not like literally or physically, but it can be the emotional experience that you're having. If you're watching for your Venus, it will this reading will be relevant for your interpersonal relationships, people that you're interacting with. It can also be your finances. If you are watching Scorpio for your sun, this can be connected with things on a purpose level, on a creative level for you. Okay. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get into it. Yeah, the themes of relationship looks like it's important. Relationship, stability, what it is that you're committing yourself to do. Maybe to do also. All right, we're starting off with the sun here. The sun is a happy disposition to be beginning in. It's feeling like I have this positive outlook. I am capable. I'm ready to go forward with this. Things are feeling very clear to me. That is like the overall vibe of the sun. Feeling creative as well. Sun and Neptune together. Very creative energies having both of these here. Okay. I want to get into what this is about. You may feel like, hey, I'm ready to march forward and go forward with this, but there can be some delays with Neptune. Neptune can be like, I'm ready to grasp this thing, but every time you try to grasp it, it kind of disappears from your hands. Neptune is a very tricky energy. So yeah, there may be something where you're trying to ground something or make something happen, but with Neptune here, it's sort of like you start building and then what you're building like floats away up into the sky, and then you have to start all over again. So it may be hard to make something be tangible right now at this moment, even though I'm seeing you be in a space where you feel ready. But universally, there may be something that's not exactly falling into place. You may also have Sun and Neptune, you may have like a very strong idea about something that you feel very strongly about, and Neptune here can suggest that there may be more to see than what you're seeing right now. There may be more information that's going to come along. This can be something being clarified about mental health as well. To have Neptune and also the devil here, this can speak about addictions and can speak about behaviors that we use to avoid other things. Like, I don't want to think about that hard thing over there, so I'm going to do this because it like allows me to escape from the pressure of this. But it's something that you're always going to come down from it. Always going to come down when the devil is involved, because it's connected with matters that are fleeting, the devil is. But it can be something that it feels good to give into it, or it can give you like a momentary relief, but it's something that then the pressure of like, I'm here and I need to deal with this is going to come back. But yeah, to have like both Neptune and also the devil here can definitely be I'm seeing this be as you becoming aware of something. So I'm not seeing this be like some dysfunctional behavior that you have no knowledge of, Scorpio. I'm seeing you looking into something and now getting to a point where you're like, wow, I see how these behaviors I've been like avoiding or trying to escape from something this whole time, or I've been like using this vice to help me avoid approaching that thing over there. So I'm definitely getting this understanding now that you have of something with Pisces and Neptune energy. This can be like a deeply psychological thing that had been a subconscious energy before, because Neptune's associated with the 12th house, and it's sort of like things that are hidden from us until we do a deep dive and reflect on them, and it takes that work to really dive in there. And this can definitely be connected with attachments of yours. And now this understanding, sun is very, very important here, because this is like shedding light, bringing awareness to these spaces. So there's a very big leap of self-awareness now that you are gaining, and something that has become even substantial. Something that had once felt very concrete may not be feeling so concrete anymore. Like, even something that had felt very relevant or very important, it seems like there's a laid off importance. Because the devil can be like really putting something on a pedestal and being like, I need this within my life. I'm very attached to this thing, or this thing really matters to me. But because it's the devil, it's like connected with a worldly thing. And to have Neptune here, this is like the investment of our spirituality. It can be. And so something is even dissolving and changing that maybe at one point you were like, this is the most important thing in the world to me. And maybe that's not so concrete any longer. The Nine of Pentacles also speaks about the enjoyment of something, like working hard for what we have. And so you may be in a space, I'm getting the word flourishing coming through. You may be in a space where you have a whole lot of something and you're trying to figure out how to best manage that right now. So some circumstance that you've worked for, Nine of Pentacles generally is an auspicious energy. And so this can speak of getting finally like the benefit of something, or having like money come through, something that you have been waiting for that you now get to take the time to relax and enjoy. And it can even be, this is coming through, it may be a specific message. It can be like a lump sum of money for some of you, or there's something that definitely can be money with the devil and the Nine of Pentacles. That can be like a lot of money that comes through, or a big difference or shift, a big increase can be. So yeah, you may have something now and you're like, well, now that I finally have that thing, I've secured it because I get to enjoy it now. I don't need to work for it anymore. It's like come through now. Now is about managing that. So that may be becoming important to you, because I'm seeing you not want to squander something, Scorpio. And as I said before about like how this will resonate, for those of you that are Scorpio risings, this can be money that's coming through for you where you physically, tangibly get to feel this. For those of you that are, let's say, Scorpio moon, this can be something that you're experiencing on an emotional level. Like you finally have something emotionally that you're connecting with and getting some sort of enjoyment over, and you don't want to like waste this opportunity that you have, okay? If Scorpio is your Venus, it can be finally connecting with like a relationship or some sort of exchange that really matters to you now, that you're trying to figure out like, how is the best way for me to handle this now that I have it? Because you don't want to waste this opportunity is the feeling. strong Piscean energy. We have Neptune and we also have Pisces here. This looks like a deep dive into what has subconsciously been calling you, but what is now becoming conscious for you that wasn't before. Because we have the sun and the moon next to each other. And so again, I'm seeing this be like a light that is being brought to your subconscious energy where something is being revealed to you. This can be a pattern. This can be something that you weren't aware of. This can also be something that you deeply, deeply desire, something that you deeply want that you may not have been aware of before. So it can be something that was really driving you, and before it was kind of like it was happening automatically, and you may not have been so aware of this. Because this is like hidden desires. Something that I really want, but something that I may be keeping hidden, or something that I'm not so completely aware of. I'm getting themes about psychology coming through. You may be interested in psychology. Scorpio energy is naturally psychology energy. It's all about the mind, the psyche space. Okay, so there's like a hidden desire that's connected with a pairing or a coming together. This is like two separate things that are becoming unified in some way. I do want to break this down a little bit further. With the moon and the Two of Cups, somebody may have feelings for another person, like even potentially obsessive feelings with the devil and with Neptune here. Where it's like you constantly, this can be someone else too. If this is not you, it can be somebody else thinking of you in this way. Somebody may really be heavily thinking about the two of you together, almost like, what am I without you? In like a very obsessive way. I feel like Scorpio is not going to get deterred by this, honestly. I feel like if anybody can handle the intensity, it's going to be Scorpio placements. Trust. I have a Pluto dominant chart. And so there's something going on here where something has been hidden about the way that somebody feels about you and them together. Again, almost at a like borderline obsessive space. To have like the devil here, this is like I can't stop thinking about it, and I'm seeing it be connected with you and another person. And to also have Neptune here, to have a Neptunian contact with someone, because I'm looking at somebody that has like a bit of Neptune or Pisces within their birth chart. To have those things here, Neptune is like, this is my dream person. So whoever this is that has not been telling you about how they feel, or this is you coming to realize, hey, I have these really deep feelings towards and about this person and I together, that I'm only now beginning to understand that they've been on my mind this whole time. Interesting. We took a turn that I was not expecting. I'm seeing somebody really thinking about this, really reflecting on this. I am also seeing this can very much go either way. As I said before, this can be you, but if this is not you, like really, I'm seeing your focus be completely on this. If your focus is not completely on like you and this particular other person, this would be somebody else really thinking about you in this way. Like I'm talking about all day, all night thinking about you. And really idealizing you too, because that's what Neptune does as well. And the devil is like this bond that this person would feel. But to have the moon here, this is hidden. Like somebody has not really disclosed this at this point. And maybe because they didn't, like if you're on the side of feeling like you had this like sort of unspoken connection with somebody, this, and you may have realized like what it was between the two of you. This person on the other side of it that didn't really disclose their feelings, they're coming to a point where they're realizing like the immensity and also intensity of the connection between the two of you and how even profound this connection is. But very privately, like it's like nobody would have any idea what's going on inside this person's head, but it's like they're thinking about you nonstop. Like it almost feels like being in a trance sort of energy with Neptune. Because Neptune is associated with like just feeling this like drunken high sort of energy about something, and something really like lifting you up to a higher place, like a connection that transcends. That's what this would feel like to them. Here you are. I'm seeing something get very intense, almost to the point of this maybe becoming unbearable, like extremely uncomfortable. Things even feeling so intense that it's like something has got to change here. I'm also seeing there be a metamorphosis within the relationship between you and this person as well. But again, like to have this part of the spread begin with the moon, this is happening behind the scenes. So something is developing and evolving that's connected with your relationship with this person. But I'm seeing this be, yeah, again, evolving that's happening behind the scenes. It's like somebody's transforming backstage. And I'm seeing this have an influence on the connection, because it's almost like it's not just this one person changing. Somehow, because of the change that's happening, it's changing both of you guys, or like the relationship or the bond between the two of you. So it impacts both people, not just one. I'm hearing discovery session. I'm hearing exploring. So maybe something that's being, something that's expanding. So this change allows for growth to happen. To have these two here together, Scorpio energy is all about transformations. I'm seeing this be connected with a relationship of yours. This is like transformation, meaning shedding, like getting more authentic, like getting more, cutting down into the very center of it to see what's going on there. Like, what's the catalyst? Why is this happening? Why do I feel so obsessed with this person? Why can I not stop thinking about them? And Jupiter, after a change, it allows for growth and an expansion to happen that maybe wasn't the case before. So this Jupiter means like this now will bring about opportunities that may not have been options before. So something may have needed to change in order for opportunities to come to light. Because if something had stayed the same, maybe there wouldn't have been particular doors that would be opening. I'm seeing this also be a move towards truth as well. Like progressing rather than regressing. Yeah, so for those of you that feel like you don't know what's going on with this other person, this is what's been going on with this person. Because I'm seeing things coming to light that were hidden before and stuff that was not disclosed that is now being disclosed. I'm seeing there be an opportunity for you to hang out with this person, for you guys to get together. So yeah, if you were wondering if this was going to like conclude in some connecting or reconnecting, that's the direction that this is going in. This is like granted the opportunity for something to come together again. So intense. There's also something shifting within the perspective of what it means about you and this person. Like the whole perspective of this dynamic between you and this person, the perspective is shifting. And I'm seeing something that may have felt like toxic or unhealthy, or obsessive or really intense before, in a way that you may have been like, that is radioactive, it's not good for me to get involved with that. It's like something is now evolving and changing and being liberated, like through truth. So as I said before, this is a progressive energy, it's not a regressive energy. So if something had been like not okay between you and someone before, where it's like there was a lot of shadow energy involved, there's a liberation here that's happening that is moving you towards having the opportunity to connect with this person in a way that things felt very fleeting before, and they may be feeling like something that could potentially be locked down now with you and this person. You guys probably have Pluto contacts within your synastry. Synastry is like when you take two people's charts and you lay them on top of one another and you see how their planets and whatnot interact with one another. So when you have Pluto contacts with somebody within your synastry, especially like Pluto to your personal planets, I know for some of you this isn't going to make sense. It's totally cool. Synastry is very complicated. The short of it is that when you have Pluto contacts with someone, and also when you have Neptune contacts with someone within your synastry, which means that their Neptune or your Neptune is aspecting their personal planets or your personal planets. And the same with Pluto. What it means is that there can be an intensity that you feel even like borderline obsessive with somebody, where you're like, I don't know why, but I can't get this person out of my head. I think about them all the time and what they're doing. And when it gets into like shadow territory, it can be somebody becoming like controlling or manipulative, but they can do it in like a subconscious way because they're not aware of how their Pluto works within their chart. Because Pluto works subconsciously. So unless somebody works to understand their Pluto, it can be them manipulating somebody, but doing so subconsciously, being unaware of what they're doing, or being controlling and not being aware of that. So yeah, that's a very simplified version. Okay. So I'm looking at Sun, Pisces, Neptune, Capricorn, Scorpio, and Jupiter. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here at 22:44. I'd like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for connecting. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.